In the heart of collaboration, a bridge stands strong. A bridge built on trust, understanding, and shared aspirations. Two lands, diverse and unique. A bridge that transcends distance and differences. A testament to what we have achieved together and what we will continue to build. First of many.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Dzień dobry Państwu. Welcome on the
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
first bridge and first event of Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce Industry and Partners. My name is Agnieszka Segitowicz, and with me,
Łukasz Szalang.
Green Lab Foundation. Today we gathered together here in Warsaw, and also online we have almost 100 participants on our event, which I really appreciate because we have a summer holiday. And however, business is not slowing down. So welcome today, dear guests and all participants and companies. And of course, great thanks to our partners, Trimarium Foundation, Green Lab Foundation, and Pire. Łukasz, say a few words on behalf of the partners. And then we're going to welcome our guests.
I said it's pleasure, and please talk next program.
Okay. Okay, we have modest partners, however, with great value for the cooperation between a business, between organizations. Why we are here today? We are here today, dear guests, because we would like to start building bridges of cooperation. Sometimes we would like to continue this work and develop it. It all starts a few months ago, for the Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, but about that we're gonna talk later. However, today we are on the bridge number 1. The philosophy of our organization is we have 5 bridges to cross on the way to successful and fulfilled cooperation between companies. I hope that we're starting together today, but we're gonna continue the journey through 5 of the bridges, and we're gonna finish our way on successful projects of cooperation. Polish and Taiwanese companies, organizations, people. That's what we would like to connect. That's why we are here today. At first, dear ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome our guests, our special guests, and all participants of today's event. First of all, I would like to welcome Mr. Cyril Kozaczewski, Director of Polish Office in Taipei, who is in connection online. In a few seconds, we're gonna have also speech of Mr. Ambassador here to our guests. Second, I would like to warmly welcome Mr. Przemysław Andrzejak, Deputy Chairman of Supervisory Board of Polish Investment and Trade Agency. Welcome. I would like to welcome also Mr. Łukasz Łański, Head of Foreign Trade Office in Taipei at Polish Investment and Trade Agency, who is also already in Taipei. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Unfortunately, Ms. Sharon Wu, the director of Taiwanese office in Poland, cannot join us today to participate due to some other duties. However, we have some warm greetings from her and best wishes of luck for our meeting today and for cooperation between companies. And also we have we hope that we all gonna support these activities we are running today. Then I would like to welcome Mr. Wojciech Konecki, who is Vice President of Polish Chamber of Commerce. However, I hope that he will join us in a few seconds because I cannot see him now in the room. And following that, Mr. Andrzej Szumowski, Head of International Cooperation Office, Polish Chamber of Commerce. Welcome. And we have representatives of TAITRA, Taiwan Trade Center, today joining us online, the whole team. Greetings from all of you. As you can see, many guests here in the room as well as online. And last but not least, because some of the board of Polish Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry will be here on stage today, but some not. So I would like to welcome Mr. Paweł Grześkowiak, Vice President of the Chamber as well. That also will help you to meet today. But the warmest welcome we would like to direct to all of you. All companies, people, entrepreneurs, organizations who join us today. Thank you for that. Thank you for such a great number of people being also with us from Taiwan. We are sending you warmest greetings. Thank you for joining us for this time, even though it's 6 p.m. your time. So we really, really appreciate it. All of you who would like to point that Polish-Taiwanese relations are important and have a lot of potential. That's why we are all here today. And I hope that we're going to finish with our meeting today and the first step of our journey with some crucial points to be taken on the way to successful projects. Okay, so the first part we have already done. And now a few words about the agenda and how the meeting will look like today. We have a meeting online and in person, so we will start with chatting with companies. What is the most important thing about cooperation, economical cooperation between Poland and Taiwan? It's, of course, links between companies. So we will start from there and follow our panel discussion between entrepreneurs, organizations, and I hope for pointing crucial things, crucial ideas that will gonna lead us for the future on the way to the greatest business that could be ever done. And the last part will be networking session after the meeting on the stage. We have also planned the networking session online. So all of the participants who would like to join the networking online, you have already received the links for this meeting. Please join us. We're gonna meet about in 1.5 hours. Online. And all of us who are here today in Warsaw, we're gonna hopefully follow the ideas that will come from the stage directly. Okay, so first of all, I would like to welcome again Mr. Cyril Kozaczewski and ask for a few words. Mr. Ambassador, floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. We are in the middle of typhoon here in Taipei, so I hope the connection is stable and I hope you have good weather in Warsaw. Dear esteemed guests, distinguished members and distinguished prospective members of the Chamber, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege and distinctive pleasure to open this inaugural meeting of Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I'm particularly happy to see so many of you willing to contribute to the strengthening of Polish-Taiwanese relations. I'd like to thank organizers of this meeting for giving us opportunity to build stronger business partnership across the two continents. Congratulations to you all. I cannot imagine better timing for the Chamber to be established. As the director of Polish office in Taipei, in the first place, let me express immense satisfaction with the growing number of joint initiatives, projects, and mutual exchanges between Taipei and Warsaw these days. Poland and Taiwan are two like-minded partners. We note similar pace of economic growth. We can supplement each other capacities on a larger scale, building joint projects, trading, and producing goods for the global market. On the interinstitutional level, we already established Polish-Taiwanese working groups on semiconductor and also on hydrogen cooperation. We are exchanging more and more visits. We note growing number of new Taiwanese investments in Poland, growing number of MOUs between companies and letters of intent between the biggest cities in Taiwan and Poland. Next week, I will go to Kaohsiung to take part in an event which should bring closer this Taiwanese harbor city with its Polish counterpart, Gdynia. I very much welcome new Taiwanese investment in Poland. The recent, very prominent example is the newest investment of Taiwanese renowned company Chimay in partnership with Polish Superdrug. They decided to place the production lines in Łódź, the home of Superdrug. And soon, as the result of this excellent cooperation, Łódź, I truly hope, will sign the sister city agreement with Chimay home city, Tainan. This should pave the way for further business, research, and cultural cooperation. I'd like to mention other Polish and Taiwanese companies like IOT, Compal, with its new investment in Poland, Texier, Minima, USI, Exatel, Phison, or Wilk Electronic, to name only a few, who decided to benefit each other's business strengths. The scope of our cooperation is much larger. Today, all sectors of business activities present attractive opportunities for successful cooperation. On my part, I'd like to focus my activities on building the potential for direct flight. Here, I'd like to call for your support to this idea. I hope that direct connection would further facilitate our contacts in the coming years. This should be our strongest bridge, referring here to the title of our meeting today. A dedicated bilateral chamber of commerce was so far a missing part of the whole structure of cooperation between Poland and Taiwan. Nobody knows better than me how important it is to cooperate with the institutionalized structure that can best manage and advise on the whole range of opportunities that are waiting both in Taiwan and in Poland. I mentioned opportunities in Taiwan because we also truly count on Taiwanese friends' support to the growing presence of Polish business in Taiwan, and through Taiwanese contacts, growing presence of Polish business wider in the Indo-Pacific region. Polish economic success wouldn't have happened without several important factors which are very understood by Taiwanese friends. Poland is the country of hardworking and highly educated people. From all my conversations that I hold with Taiwanese companies, these two figure high as the most desired and appreciated features. In addition, flourishing Polish enterprises present innovative solutions and opportunities. Do not overlook the fact that partnering with Poland means stronger connection with the EU and its economic potential, which should be particularly attractive on the eve of Polish presidency in the European Union next year. Further, on the political side, I'm very much convinced that as the Chamber and as individual companies, you will be able to count on support of two respective parliamentary friendship groups which strongly contribute to the success of Polish-Taiwanese relations. Finally, let me thank organizers for their determination and stamina to build the Chamber. Let me thank the Taipei Representative Office in Poland, Taitra, and Pi for the continuous support. I wish you all prosperous and successful dialogue and cooperation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being with us today. I'm extremely nervous, you know. That's why it's not my first time on the stage. However, first in this role, and maybe it's because of that. I'm saying that because I would like you to forgive me all my mistakes today. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. It was a pleasure to welcome you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Let's go to our another speaker, this time PAIH, Mr. Przemysław Andrzejak, President of the Royal Sail Investment, as well as the Vice President of the Supervisory Board of Polish Trade and Trade Agency. Oh my God, so welcome.
Agnieszko, bardzo dziękuję za zaproszenie. Panie ambasadorze.
Thank you for the invitation, Mr. Ambassador Agnieszka. First of all, I would like to encourage Agnieszka. Let's applaud her. I can't see any stress in you. Dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy. I welcome this initiative. PAIH is happy with this initiative of creating a bridge between Poland and Taiwan. We have a lot to do. A lot of work is in front of us on behalf of mutual investments. There are many investments of Taiwanese investments in Poland, and we are glad that they are on the way here in Poland. We would like to go on with these mutual investments. First of all, we would like to welcome, to encourage safety, economic safety. We count on the increase of export of Polish goods to Taiwan and maybe further on to the Asian market. Today, we are going to focus on this collaboration. In the beginning of September, our president is going to visit Taiwan and to attend a big conference on semiconductors. And it's not the only conference that is planned for this year. I would like to congratulate all the entrepreneurs who have contributed to this initiative. From what I know, we have already 15 serious companies. We would like to enlarge this number. We have some common interests, some common needs, and a lot of work is in front of us. So I would like to wish you, Agnieszka, development. I wish you success in this development related to import and export. Let's Taiwan stay a great platform of collaboration between Asian market and Central European one.
Thank you very much. Thank you also for warming me a little bit. Right. And now we're going to welcome our fireside chat guests and then panel discussions. Meantime, Mr. Wojciech Konecki has joined us. Welcome, Vice President of the Polish Chamber of Commerce. Exactly. It's nothing. Thank you for joining us today. Anyway, let's move on to the discussion. That's the field that I feel much better on than being on the official part of the meetings. And that is also, I suppose, the part of our meeting that you are waiting for, to get to know a little bit more about what has been done between Polish and Taiwanese companies, what can be done, what are our expectations, and also examples that we have gathered for today. My guests, Karolina Skołucka-Szary, welcome. Please join us on the stage. and Mr. Łukasz Markowski, Intercars. Welcome. Let's have a seat. Feel comfortable. Carolina, I didn't tell what is your company, global certification body, but we're gonna get to know a little bit more what is the experience and expectations of our guests. Okay, let's have a seat. I'll be there. You know, I will spend the whole event on the stage. I'm very sorry for that, but that's my role for today. Okay, I would like to start our chat. It's gonna take about 20 minutes, so we have to run very fast because I know that you have a lot to say. So first, just to start, why are we meeting today on the stage, except from the invitation you got from us? Maybe let's start from Carolina, if you don't mind.
I would like to thank you very much one more time, Agnieszka, for the invitation. As you say, I represent global certification body, which mainly focuses on certification services, medical devices, quality systems in the field of the medical devices, medicines, cosmetics, machinery, and environment. Our services are very close to the industry, and we support our clients in fulfillment of the legal requirements. And I think that is a good occasion to cooperation with Taiwanese companies, because Taiwanese companies, before entering to the market with the product, needs to fulfill the legal requirements. And here we are. We can support them. We can support in the compliance of their product with the European requirements. And I think that we are very flexible and modern, and we are not afraid of new opportunities. And I think that this event is a very good occasion for us to make networking, efficient networking, and moreover to increase our visibility in the Taiwanese market.
Yeah, I would like to point that Global Certification Body is the newest member of Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, so we hope for cooperation. And coming to Łukasz, what brings you today, except from your enormous experience with the relation with Taiwanese partners?
So at the beginning, thank you for the invitation. Yes, we are meeting during the, let's say, bridge number 1, but I wanted to say that we, like Intercars company, started this journey around 20 years ago. The first time when we started the direct cooperation with Taiwanese producers, it was at the beginning of 2005, as I remember. So thank you for invitation. It will be a pleasure to exchange some experience, to also get maybe some new information, and to share what we achieve, how the cooperation looks, what is challenges during this type of, let's say, cooperation, and what current situation is showing.
Okay, so let's stick with you. Let's start sharing then. And please tell a few words about why are you cooperating with Taiwanese partners, and what kind of benefits do you have from that cooperation? With the example, if you don't mind, maybe. That's always the best way of explaining.
Okay, to be honest, why we started cooperation? We started cooperation because they are quite good with the production of spare parts. This was and still is, I think, first thing. Second issue is that because they are quite unique in the production, some specific products. I mean, big body parts which are produced from steel or from plastic. How looks the, let's say, cooperation in numbers? Maybe I can say something. We are creating the turnover around 40 million euro yearly. If we convert it to the, let's say, volume of products, it is around 1,000 containers yearly, the big one, 40 feet containers. So I think that it is quite big numbers. We are importing not only to Poland those kind of products. We are developing also other destination. As Intercars company is international company, we are operating in 19 different countries. And a few years ago, we started to deliver products directly to Bulgaria, for example, to Romania, to Latvia. So it isn't something strange. If I can say something about cooperation and with the relation with our Taiwanese friends, they are very open. They are very also modern, and they want to really support European market.
My experience is the same. Have you heard it? Our Taiwanese friends. That's how these relations are developing. We are starting from the business, from pretty tough negotiations, and then we are developing these relations into friends. I'm very keen to hear that except from these great numbers that you mentioned, you can also say that these relations are something to appreciate, and you even used the words friends. And I wish that that the further meetings and further business that you're gonna develop will go the same way. Well, I'm pointing that mostly because if you have experienced company, because Intercars on this stage is the one that is very experienced. And Global Certification Body is the company that starts. So let's face those two perspectives. And from the first words, we get to know that we have numbers, we have a pretty long cooperation and successful business. And we're gonna talk about some other maybe lacks with our next question. And now let's move to Karolina. What is your perspective as someone, as the company who represents expectations and our Polish potential? What do you think about it? What can we offer to our Taiwanese partners?
Of course, we would like to have a big chance to cooperate with Taiwanese companies like Intercars in the future. It's the target for us. But based on our services, we can of course offer our tailored services, looking on the need of Taiwanese companies, yes, Taiwanese manufacturers. We have a very big network of highly experienced auditors and experts, also from the Asia region, what is, in my opinion, competitive, looking on the potential of other companies from the sector of the certification. So we can help, yes, we can support Taiwanese companies in, in introducing the products in our market, in Poland, in the European Union. It's not a problem from, many sectors. Yeah. But looking on Poland, I think it's my opinion that it will be good to, join the Polish scientists, Polish smaller biotechnological, pharmaceutical companies with Taiwanese, and maybe start to do something together, yes, to develop R&D projects. And I think that is also, a good initiative in the future.
Okay, so we have the first idea coming for the future from our conversation, and we are talking like, what, 5 minutes maybe? Okay, so I'm excited for the further ideas. Okay, great. And again, let's hear a little bit about the experience and something that we can also miss is it anything that miss in this bilateral cooperation in doing business? Some lacks, some things that should be fulfilled to make it easier? And what can you advise to the companies who are just, you know, standing the first steps and would like to look around a little bit and start this cooperation? Of course, whatever the industry they represent.
I think the first is the distance, for sure, and Jack luck. But during, let's say, my experience, there is a big change if we compare situation 15 years ago and nowadays. There is, let's say, changing in the succession on the Taiwanese companies. So I mean that the next generation take over control of the companies, which are very well educated, for sure, and they have a little different meaning and understanding businesses. We, like European companies, we are focused on, let's say, on receiving offer, not asking. In the past, they were waiting for the, let's say, asking what to produce and what is important for us. Right now, they are much more active. They are pushing us, pushing European companies, what is, let's say, important, what they started to produce, what they improve, what they see, what they notice. And because of it, the cooperation and the relations are closer, for sure. There is much better understanding. They are also more traveler through the Europe, and they are learning and try to understand the differences, how the businesses is built, because the differences is in culture existing, for sure. And let's say the conversation, the meeting, that's why I said about the friends, because we are building the businesses, but after the, let's say, very often very tough discussions, we are close the laptops and we are going to the pub or restaurants for a beer, and we are talking about everything. So that's why I'm saying about the friends, because the businesses is for sure important, but relations, I can say that even are much more important.
All the businesses comes from the relations now,
Exactly.
or most of them at least. So that's why it's so important, and that's why I'm sticking a little bit with ecosystem issue, because, you know, Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce has been established. We're gonna talk about it a little bit more widely later, but has been established to link companies, to be a platform among with other institutions and organizations like Polish Chamber of Commerce, like PAIH, like any other organizations that can be the foundation, the help, the hand for the companies to enter the European Polish market for Taiwanese partners, and for a hand for Polish companies the other way around. So it can be this is, Karolina, for you, the question that this ecosystem and relation might be built on these organizations, might be also built on direct links. Well, sometimes of course, the best way is to join it. What do you think that what can be the contribution of company like yours to building this ecosystem containing from organizations, but basing and focusing only on companies, because that's our mission and that is your business actually.
Yes, I think that we can link companies. We can support the networking because we have a lot of friends, yes, in many industries, in many sectors. So we can help in linking these companies, yes, to making a bigger networking at the end. I think that in the future we can also support you in organization, co-organization, like events like today, and support in this good networking. Yes.
Yeah, because Łukasz is experienced many years, and what he pointed, relations. We are trying to start today. This is the first step, maybe even small. We have vacation time, but we have already stepped it. So how can you see the future of Polish companies, of your company in these relations? What can be improved, and what is needed to make it even more flourish than they are now?
So every year we are developing our businesses. We are growing with them. Right now we have around 40 different, let's say, contacts. I mean, manufacturer or traders companies. Every year we are looking for something new, some, let's say, new possibilities or new products which is producing there, and say check the possibility if we are interesting for or no, or we start cooperation or no. Regarding to, let's say, current situation, how it looks and how the challenges is during the businesses, we noticed what happened at the beginning of 2020, how the world looks when the logistic chain was break. Before this time, the lead time, let's say, the logistic time between Taiwanese and Europe was around 30 days, 30-something days. Right now, the situation is, let's say, less stable. We notice that the lead time is already past 60 days. And we, like a company which distribute auto spare parts, we need to react in advance. What does it mean? We need to secure stock for at least 40 additional days to be, let's say, to be prepared for the delays and everything. I think that this is, let's say, the most important area which are unpredictable, how it looks, because the manufacturers, the factories are rather predictable, and they are ready to produce. They are ready to secure the stock, the products. This what is what we don't have any influence is related with the logistics.
Right. So we have pointed also a risk. A risk, like every in business, in manufacturing, certainly has to be managed somehow with the relations and everyday business doing. But concerning the examples, concerning experience and other ways that cannot come to my mind now, we definitely can manage this risk and benefit from all those businesses and cooperation gives us for everyday work. Now, because time is passing by very quickly, we have time for the questions, if you have any. And our online participants, if you would like to ask the questions, you have to use the YouTube transmissions, not the one placed on the website. Then you can comment and ask questions, and I'm gonna pass it to our panel guests. If we won't have any for now, we will gather on all the questions that gonna come to us after the meeting, and send all of you to all the contacts you have left the summarization of our today meeting. I'm gonna check my phone whether we have some online questions and ask, do we have any coming from? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we're gonna need a micro, and I will give you mine for a sec. Just to record.
Am I good to go?
Yeah.
All right, a little bit of a stage fright. I don't like public speaking. Anyways, how does it look like from a standpoint of view of a non-established company like yourself, which is making, what, 40 millions a year, right?
The turnover is which we are creating between Taiwanese producer and Intercars. The total turnover is much bigger. As a total turnover is 4 billion euro yearly. So this is what we are doing, but I wanted to say directly with Taiwanese producer, because products which we are distribute, the value and cost of products which we are distributing is for sure much bigger. There is a lot of sales representative of Taiwanese manufacturer in Europe. So the cooperation is doing with the, let's say, European representative, not directly with the manufacturer.
So a small mistake on my part.
For sure, this what I said, for 40 million euro turnover, it is this what we are creating directly. Few times more we are doing with the, let's say, Taiwanese products which are produced there.
So my question is about less established companies, startups, early stage. I met with Taiwan Terrace, which is, I think, the equivalent of PAI in Poland, right? During Wolf Summit. Taitra, yes. No, go ahead. Thank you. I was just wondering, how does that cooperation work, in terms of startups from Europe, Poland, Taiwan, and how would Taiwan serve as a bridge towards, Asia in the larger scale?
We cooperating with Taitra for sure. We are visiting show and exhibition which are located in Taiwan, mainly in Taipei. And also what I didn't say, that we are visiting the factories, and we are visiting the island, and looking for the, let's say, companies, and meeting with the companies.
Yeah, I think that the question about the cooperation between early stage companies, Polish and Taiwanese, is something that we can address generally, because that's definitely the point, the bridge that exists. We are looking for the examples. We're gonna now prepare the webinar for all startups and early stage companies, probably early September, August. Please follow us. Which one of the very experienced startup, Polish startup that win many prizes in Taiwan and actually develops pretty fast and has great experience. So please stay with our network, and then we're gonna directly share the experience of the early stage companies during that event. Okay, do we have any more questions? If not, we are following to the panel discussion, with which I'm even more stressed because serious people gonna sit there for a second. Okay, and continuing this discussion, two perspectives that we just pointed on this stage today, and that was my idea, to show you that we have experienced companies, experienced Polish companies that have this cooperation developed for many years, and we have some other that has a great potential and great interest, and that's what we're gonna use for the future, definitely. We met them today, and we're going to develop this relation, hopefully, in the future. And for today, thank you, Karolina Skołcka-Szary and Łukasz Markowski.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining me. And let's move to the other part of our meeting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Why am I so stressed? Well, from various of reasons. It's not just an excuse. In our next part of the meeting, we're gonna have a panel discussion. And it's gonna held here, and it's gonna held straightly from Taiwan with our Taiwanese guests. And I'm a little bit excited also because we're gonna have founders actually on the stage of the chamber, and experienced entrepreneurs in the relation of Poland and Taiwan here on the stage. And who is that? First, Michael Chu, Vice Chairman of HCG and Chairman of Baolong Corporation. Hi, Michael. Good to see you.
Hello, hi. Good to see you.
And then Mr. Bartłomiej Dobosz, owner of SKB Group and founder of Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and welcome you very warmly. And that's the guy because of whom I'm stressed today. Hi, Bartek, good. Let's please take a seat. And going further, Mr. Tomasz Hajduk, President of Polish Automation and Robotic Association. Tomasz, please join us on the stage. Welcome, good to have you here. And last but definitely not least, Taiwanese friend Richard Wang, Managing Partner of CE Fund and Taiwania Capital. Welcome, Richard. Good to have you.
Hello, thank you.
I have heard about some possible difficulties in connection. Even more, welcome you warmly and thank you for being us today.
Thank you, glad to be here.
And I'm glad to welcome Łukasz Szelong. You remember at the beginning, the president of the Green Lab Foundation, and now involved also with PIRE, with the Polish Association of Electromobility Chamber. Łukasz represents in our panel discussion this chamber and automotive sector. Yes. So sound pretty serious, as you can see. And what we're gonna do? We're gonna, of course, share the perspective. We're gonna share the perspective about ecosystem, about organizations, about companies, about whatever and whoever can strengthen the relations between Poland and Taiwan, the economic relations, and successful business project. Because at the end of the day, for all the companies gathered here in this room and I think also online, and for the organization supporting, that's the point and that's the way that we would like to follow. I would like to start from Bartek, if I can name you without all those titles. You are experienced entrepreneur here in Poland, and also you have already some experience with cooperation with Taiwanese companies. And I would like to ask you, why did you decide on starting the cooperation for your business, and why did you decide to come to the idea, because that was Bartek's idea to create the chamber, and what was the point and the reason that actually we are meeting today.
Yes, so thank you very much for coming. I'm very glad that we have a first event happening today. So I would say pretty quickly from starting over the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh,
Agnieszka,
quickly.
thank you very much for organization and great idea. So as you introduced me, I'm the owner. I'm the second generation of the owners of SKB Group. SKB Group was established in 1990 in Poland by my father. And generally in our holding, we have 6 different businesses, which are also some of them oriented in the production areas. In March last year, I was traveling between Korea and Philippines. And the idea was that I should also visit Taiwan because I haven't been there before, and that might be something interesting to see, to understand, to meet people, and to scout different opportunities for SKB Group as a first site. So doing that, I of course met Mr. Ambassador Cyryl Kozaczewski. I also met Mr. Łukasz Łański from PAIH. We had very interesting discussions about business opportunities in Taiwan. And most of all, I also had a big pleasure and also not only pleasure by luck, but also luck that I met Michael, with whom later on we decided to set up the Chamber of Commerce. Because I was there for the first time only 3 days, and after the first one, I was sure that it's not enough to understand fully the opportunities which are between our countries. So even not yet being back at home, I already scheduled my next visit, which took me almost 2 weeks, and we started to discuss, of course, with my teams in my companies and potential Taiwanese friends, cooperators, business partners about really different areas. Because this is not only about semiconductor, which everybody has a big drive today in the world, and everybody is talking at the first place about semiconductors, which I, of course, agree that they are very important for develop our economies, AI, etc. But there are plenty of different other businesses which could be done between our companies, and the Intercars is also showing that for already 20 years, and I'm so glad to hear and to know that. So definitely us as SKB Group, we found several partners there with whom we already are doing discussions, technical discussions. But together with Michael, we said that it's not only about our business, because with Michael I also plan, and we also have plans to develop our businesses to here in Poland and here in Taiwan. But it should be also more advertised, this business opportunities, and it should be even more widely discussed between all the organizations which are supporting businesses, like Polish Chamber of Commerce, like PAIH, like Polish Trade Agency, like of course our governmental bureau with Mr. Ambassador Kozaczewski on the top, and that organizations, and of course not forgetting about TAITRA, which is also very actively supporting the business relations. Together with Chamber of Commerce will definitely bring some values for both countries, both sides, entrepreneurs, and I really cross my fingers for that. So yeah, that was the idea. Definitely for SKB Group, we found there good, very nice, interesting, promising business partners, which we are developing cooperation already. Together with Michael, we see other opportunities for us, but I really strongly recommend everybody to to take a look on Taiwan, to take a look from Taiwanese side at Poland, because as Mr. Przemysław Andrzejak said at the beginning, Poland is and can be a gate for Europe and European Union. Taiwan is and can be for us a gate for not only Taiwan but all other Asian countries. And what I discovered that even though we are in two different continents, even though there is such a long distance and still complicated travel, but Mr. Ambassador is working on direct connections, which I'm really crossing my fingers for.
Me too.
And I believe, looking at his success in Japan, because he used to be our ambassador in Japan and he opened up the first direct connection between Poland and Japan, he would be successful here as well. I would say that people are really having similar mindset to each other. We are here in Poland hardworking people, like Agnieszka said. Taiwanese people are also hardworking, and we really would like to develop our businesses. So yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. For now, not many new tasks for me came from what you said. I mean, the challenges I can face, and I also hope for direct flight to Taipei, to Taiwan generally. But you have probably noticed, dear guests, that Michael's true name appeared at least 5 times during Bartek's speech. And I'm pointing that because now we are, I would like to ask Michael a question, but look how these relations are important and how businesses and companies are supportive for each other, even creating such an organization that I have an honor to be a president. And yeah.
Just one thing to add. Starting from last March till now, I was in Taiwan 7 times already. And well, each of the stay is longer than a week. So definitely that's also a relation and trust.
Exactly, because trust needs time. So definitely the first advice that we can give to the companies looking for future relation is to build the trust with using, and it needs some time to focus on this. Okay, but coming to Michael, we have started from the chamber, but not because we are here the most important. We are here only to be a bridge and the platform for this cooperation. But we have already know Bartek's perspective on and the idea of the chamber. But I would like to ask you for your motivation to create it and your expectations for this organization and generally for this future relation between companies, between our countries.
Okay, let me introduce myself first. As a third generation of a company founded by my grandfather in 1931, it's very custom for our personality to maintain and start a relationship for long term. We, as a family, as a company, we do not seek for short term money making opportunities. We're looking for long term relationship, and I think that's why I travel very often over the world. I've been to Europe, Middle East, U.S., Southeast Asia, where we have business, seek for opportunities to. So when I come across Poland, somewhere that I have never been there before until last year, and I started to understand, looking at the YouTube, start understand the history, the culture, the business environment of Poland, and it starts to really intrigue me. And I think for Taiwanese businessmen who always travel globally for doing business, because we are a small place in Asia where we don't have a lot of resources, and so it's very common for Taiwanese businessmen to travel overseas to seek for opportunities. And that's why we see, in the last 30, 40 years, we see a big investment of manufacturing, investment in China, in Southeast Asia. And when I start to understand Poland, I go, wow, it's actually part of EU. So, and this is untapped opportunity for all the businessmen in Taiwan. And I think this could be something that we can go into and then start the business in Poland. And from Poland, we can really to spread, in all the Europe countries. And especially now, the Poland, its cost in terms of labors, all this doing business costs are much lower than all those Western and Europe. So I would say this is something interesting to really to look at, and that's how I started to think. Well, maybe if I do something for my own business, of course, very good. But I was thinking about all my friends who are also like myself, who are honest, who are like very hardworking, and who are looking for opportunities over the world to expand their business. So why not have something, do something, something like form a chamber to assist my friends or my friends' friends to really start a cooperation between both countries. That's how I start to discuss and think about this and start to talk to Bart, and that's how everything started. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Again, we can see that the distance is not. I mean, even if it's geographically pretty long, the distance between people and companies is getting shorter and shorter. And I hope for all the future businesses and for the chamber as well that we're gonna make it really, really short in the future. Because it is needed. Michael pointed that Poland can be not only market itself, but also a gate for another European countries. And that's how we are seen as a country and as an economy by many foreign investors and foreign companies. And we are appreciated because we are internally pretty big market. However, using the whole European Union perspective, it makes it even more interesting. And for that, we need few things. We are meeting today as entrepreneurs, as an organizations like FIRE, for example, Polish Association of Automation and Robotics. And Tomek, the question for you, it's about, I'm coming back to the ecosystem because your organization has not has been created because of the wish. It has become created because of the need. And you have also started the relation with Taiwanese partners, both between companies and between organizations. And now we are meeting today for another trust, for another future cooperation and link, I hope. And do you think that that kind of action is more effective than direct cooperation between companies, or it's just a synergy?
First of all, thank you for the invitation for this meeting. I'm represented the Polish Association of Robotics and Industry Automation, and this is the group of the most important company for the Industry 4.0 solution. This is engineering company, more than 4,000 engineers at Technicar, and this is one for the reason for our discussion. For the business in Europe, for the business in another country, it is necessary their knowledge in the people. And we have these people in Poland. Poland is one for the biggest hub for this solution. And this is a very good base for the doing business, not only in Europe, not only in Poland, also in another country. We have the people, we have the company with the biggest experience with automotive industry, with chemical industry, with e-cars and so and so, as producer of lines, as producer the production lines, or the solution on the base of the Industry 4.0 technology. On the other hand, in our cooperation with Taiwan, this is also the micromechanic and the components for the machine. And the idea for the cooperation is defined together ecosystem for the better support our clients. In Poland, we have very good base for the doing business, not only for the Europe, also for the all of the world. And our idea, this is near sharing. Near sharing is to find a supplier, to find people near their end customer. In the time of problem with the delivery, with the supply chain, with the delivery 60 days or 30 days, it is necessary to have the competent partner locally. And we're looking at the possibility to find a bridge. This is a bridge between two continents to based of on the base of the trust between the two parts. In my opinion, this is the most important pillars for the common success.
And that's why we are building not only direct connections between companies, but we are trying at least to build the whole platform, right? Because trust is coming, of course, from the people. But if we can see that many organizations, companies, people, assets, everything is engaged, we are increasing our way to success, our point.
This is also the problem of the cooperation, of the knowledge of a company, European company, to doing business in Europe or doing business in USA. This is another mentality. Their business with American people or with German people, the most important, for example, the automotive industry. This is not the same. This is the contact with the Asia, and the contact and the base of the business with the people from Taiwan. This is the trust. This is not only the order. This is not only the piece of paper. This is also the directly contact. And I hope this meeting and this organization is one for the best solution for the build the trust between the European company and Taiwan.
We will at least try to strongly support it for our members and every company that would like to develop this relation, because that's how we feel our mission. So bridge is actually something that we, the good shot for the start, I suppose. Okay. Tomasz mentioned important assets of Poland as a country, our economy, and companies as well. We have intelligent, hardworking, and well-educated people as an additional asset to comparably reasonable costs. And that is something that can be another way that should be highlighted in this cooperation, and our potential and offer for our Taiwanese partners. And I'm coming now to you, Richard, because, you know, my dear guest, Richard was the person who answered my invitation the quickest. I have never expected that he may agree within 5 minutes to be a speaker, which I really appreciated. Thank you for, Richard. And definitely you have, as a Taiwan capital representative, your expectations, and you have accepted the invitation for the meeting for a reason. Please tell us what was the reason.
Thank you, Agnes. The reason is very simple. This is the mission of Taiwan Capital CE Fund, and this is my job. So, brief introduction of the CE Fund. CE stands for Central and Eastern Europe, and it was founded about 2 years ago with a single mission by Taiwan and National Development Council, which is to facilitate the mutual business and cooperation through venture capital investment. So the $200 million solely sponsored by the government with this single mission. And we are a bridge. So our mission try to use investment as a catalyst, but in the end, we hope to foster many successful deals between Taiwan and Poland. Not just trying to invest in a Polish company and make a profitable exit, which is great, but moreover, we hope through the investment, that company could build sustainable business relationship with Taiwan companies, and vice versa. We are bringing Taiwanese companies to Poland as well. So I think this is what we do, and I am very excited to be here because since I started to get to know Bart about 3-4 months ago, I think the more we talk, the more opportunity we discover. I think I don't know. I guess Bart shared the same level of excitement as I have. Like it's almost like every time we meet, we could uncover a few more new opportunities. So right now, I'm already having a few potential opportunities in the pipeline. I can share with you that 2 of them already confirmed that they are going to set up entity in Poland. The names I cannot disclose yet, but I believe that there's more going to come. So I believe there is a great opportunity to be had.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. That was our point, to gather and to show opportunities, to gather people who represent different businesses, who represent different industries, and also institutions like Taiwania Capital CE Fund, for example, because this is something what can also support the cooperation and develop future businesses as well. And that's why we have a great pleasure to talk to Richard today. And we have our partner for the event, Polish Chamber of Electromobility Development, represented by Łukasz today in 2 roles, sitting on 2 chairs. And Łukasz, what is your perspective? I mean, coming from the automotive, especially electromobility development perspective for Polish-Taiwanese cooperation. I mean, again, why we are meeting here, and what is your perspective on these relations, and maybe examples?
To po pierwsze dziękuję za zaproszenie I za możliwość współpracy,
First of all, I would like to thank for the invitation and the opportunity to take part in today's event. Let's look at the map of Poland. If we see its position between America and Asia, Poland is right in the middle. It has on the north, between Świnoujście, Zgorzelec, we have the biggest capital in Europe, Berlin. And it's the great place for running a business for our counterparties from Asia, also from Taiwan, because Taiwanese people, they come to Poland, to Europe, and they want to make business here. And we may suppose that more railway connections will be built between Italy and Scandinavia. I'm not sure whether you know, but we have a good localization of port of Piwowary, and I think it's a good place of running a business for foreign markets representatives. And I think a good move is here on behalf of Polish investments. creating an office in Świnoujście, and it will support business. I can confirm the words of my predecessors. Let's look at our startups, how many of them we have. Companies selling batteries for charging electrical vehicles. We have great opportunities in this regard. And from our business perspective, I think you will agree with me, we need support of governmental organizations who would endorse our business representatives, not only in bank guarantees regard, but in other aspects as well, because we don't have as much assets as foreign companies. All entrepreneurs are putting at risk their own assets. I suppose that our openness, the fact that we are so welcoming, will be an advantage for us. Let's also take into consideration the fact, I would not to be rude to Ukraine. I hope that Ukraine will be able to renovate, Ukrainians will be able to renovate their country in the nearest future. I hope that a good network will be built. We are a valued partner for different partners overseas. Many representatives from Asia are studying in Poland, they are studying their language, and many areas of activity, of interconnection are facilitated owing to this. So the success is inevitable.
We are talking about a lot of our potential coming from Polish and Taiwanese perspectives. And that is good, because that's what we should highlight. It's not very, I mean, it used to be, at least in Poland, not very popular to highlight our potential. However, to use the potential in a most effective way, we have to manage the risks or fulfill the lacks. And I would like to focus for a moment, Bartek, with you, on something that we should fulfill, on the lacks. What do we miss? And what is needed even more to make this relation, these businesses, more effective, quicker, stronger, and the most spectacular that we can imagine, except from direct flight.
Yes, I think that Tomek already mentioned two of the very important points. So we are all counting that our Polish agencies would help us, our Polish representatives in Taiwan. Also, we can see a great support from Taitra. So this is very important to feel stable. Plus, the idea of the chamber is exactly this, I would say, missing puzzle in the picture. Because I believe that, these governmental organizations are very important, and they can show us lots of opportunities. But me as an entrepreneur, wherever I go do business outside of Poland, I really need somebody who will in some ways show me the best way to facilitate the business. And this is, of course, about trust and relations, but I believe that Chamber of Commerce would be this platform of trust, relations, and this, let me say, operational guideline for investors coming to Poland, for Polish investors and businessmen going to Taiwan. And the second thing also, which I agree with Tomek, is that From my perspective, we are first and now coming second generation into the fully democratic country into the business. And whatever we have actually built today, it's built over usually last 34 years. And we are all risking, whatever we are doing, we are all risking our own money because we are not corporations usually. So support from the different financial institutions like BGK or like KUKE or similar are very well appreciated and very welcome, I would say, from my entrepreneurial experience. And also the great example is Taiwan Capital and Richard's part of business, and this is something which already exists. Like we can see in Taiwan that they have created already a great support from the Taiwanese entrepreneurs coming and being interested in Central Eastern Europe. This is connection between Taiwan Capital plus as well as Import-Export Exim Bank. Yes, so this also is showing that Taiwanese companies, businessmen can be mostly focused on achieving the success here because the tools which they need to organize this business here in Poland they already have. So I really hope that our chamber, Agnieszka, will also cooperate with BGK, with KUKE, with PFR, who has also several products, at least in theory, I hope, also in the execution as well. So we can feel more comfortable and we will be able to show to our Taiwanese partners that we also have our own tools to do the business in Taiwan.
And we definitely do, because even today we have strong representative of Polish Chamber of Commerce here. It's the biggest Polish organization having bilateral and different industries chambers under its hat, I would say. And thank you for joining us today, particularly because we feel as a growing organization, much stronger, and can also show our Taiwanian partners and our Polish participants today that we already have an ecosystem. Of course, we do have risks. Of course, we do have lacks. Some things that has to be changed, improved, maybe some legislations, things. However, we do have some important potential that can be shown. And we are also interested in the potential of Taiwanian companies, as well as their expectations and what they can offer and bring to this cooperation. And that is the question to you, Michael. What do you think about what is the most important thing from Taiwanese companies' perspective that we can put on the bridge today?
Okay, so just like I said before, Taiwanese businessmen, we are very adventurous. We're willing to travel to different places to do business. So it's our blood. That's how we came from China 400 years ago, by those small boats to Taiwan. So in our DNA, we are very, very adventurous. So I think for a lot of Chinese businessmen, we are always doing business mostly in Asia or US because we feel more comfortable. But so far, there are less companies that are doing business in Europe. And I think with this cooperation between two countries, and I think with this association, really create a platform to encourage both sides share ideas and exchange opportunities, with both sides. And I think again, this will be a great platform for Taiwanese business men that want to start their own footing in Europe. I think Central Europe, like Poland, would be I think the best place to start this basically their chances or the dreams of succeeding in Europe.
Okay, and tell me, is it Poland as a country and our potential or kind of businesses that can be offered or joined to Taiwanese companies, is it well known or we have a lot to do or a long way to come? Or is it changing lately?
Well, just like myself, I mean, really, before I never thought about Poland. I mean, I traveled to Europe a lot, but mostly Western Europe. It wasn't until like this Ukraine war happens,
Yeah.
therefore Poland is, heard about Poland being right next to Ukraine, and that's how we start to understand and then start to to learn, to study, to what is Poland, what does it mean, the history, the culture, his business, his industries. And I realized that there are many things we can do together in different industries. For myself, I come from a building material industry, so for sure, there's many things that can really do between both Taiwan and Poland. But also, I think in terms of maybe like agriculture, I know the Poland is also very important. Has a very important agricultural industry. For example, we have like their dairies and dairies. I mean, the milk. I mean, the cows. All that are also very big industry and also like fruits. They're all very big in Poland. I think for Taiwan, we as a small place. I mean, we don't have a lot of spaces to grow many things. So it'll be something interesting. So not just IT, but also in terms of like building material, traditional industries like agriculture, even nowadays biotech is also very healthcare also are very important now industry. So I think we can do many things together. Really benefit both countries.
That's exactly what I fully agree, except from the crucial and most highlighted now industries, like of course semiconductors. We have variety of different branches that can be and should be touched and built on. And diversification is always the best way for business. All entrepreneurs in this room definitely will agree with me. And Michael Chu is one of the most well-educated about Poland Taiwanese entrepreneurs I have ever met. So thank you again, Michael, for co-creating this platform as a chamber. And now I'm coming to Richard before coming back to gentlemen on the stage, because we are talking about potentials, about risks, and you are definitely representing the potential from Taiwanese side, the financial and also organizational potential. But what do you think, Richard? What can be exact incentives that can be offered for Taiwanese companies and Polish both who would like to start business together? And what would be, from your perspective, the most interesting and the most worth to be put on the table?
Yeah, Agnes, I think that's the most important, because many people always said that in order for us to facilitate bilateral business, we need to both to understand each other more, which is correct. I think we all, including myself, need to learn more of each other. However, I think incentive is what I say, why understand more. I think that put ahead of it, because one experience I have tells me once the incentive, people will start it to learn and people will explore. So that is the thing that working very hard is trying to visit each company, both Taiwan and through Poland, to find out, okay, what can the other side help you? What do you have to offer? Okay, and I have to say that it's still a process, but we already have some success. I think, for example, as I said before, is working with already confirmed that they are going to set up in Poland for various reasons. I think one very apparent reason is that okay, through Poland they can reach the entire European market, and they feel that setting up in Poland is the best compared to other other Europeans for a number of reasons, for cost, for the support of the government, for the talent access, etc., etc. But I think that's an indication of that Poland is a very competitive market. Taiwanese company, big or small, is to address European opportunities. Okay, and also then I think another thing Taiwanese companies should consider is that what Poland needs, what Poland welcomes. I would like to see are plenty of things that Taiwan can offer, and maybe a little bit oversupplied here in the Taiwan market can have a much greater value. It is presented in Poland, and vice versa. So for example, like you say, semiconductor talents, this high tech industry. Okay. On the other hand, I think my previous job, we invest in automotive technology. So all the companies in this, they all value Poland because they know that if they are going to enter the European automotive business, I think Poland is a market they cannot dismiss. So that is something Taiwan doesn't have and highly look after. So there are a number of these kind of examples. I think we just need to explore more and try to have a few successes. And once we have those cases, I think more people will follow, more company will try and get more interested in pursuing the bilateral business opportunities.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We need a success stories because it always describes the best history. It always is the best example for further cooperations, for further businesses, and makes people more brave, those who have no experience on the field. We are talking together like over 1.5 hours, and actually no crucial, serious barrier or disturbance on this bridge that we are trying to build hasn't appeared here, which I am very happy and pleased about, because I know that we are facing some challenges in this cooperation, and we have to point and highlight the assets and advantages. But having not mentioned, at least here, some crucial obstacles is something that makes me pretty confident that we are going to end with success. We said a lot about those advantages and assets. We have a market, we have a gate to European Union as a Polish perspective. We have talented people. And on the other hand, from Taiwanese side, we have high tech. In my opinion, Taiwan is one of the most, if not the most, technologically advanced country in the world. We have experience coming from them. On the Taiwanese side, there is some things to get to know about Poland and explore our market. But is it anything else that can be our unique value from both sides, but particularly from Polish, that can be brought on the beginning of the cooperation from the perspective of automation and robotics? I remember that we have talked about something like that. That's why I'm asking.
Thank you for the question. First of all, right, we are one of the biggest hub in Europe on the base of the new industry solution. On the other hand, the technology from Taiwan, this is the high tech in the world. The problem, the lack of the challenges. This is the information about the possibility for the both side. This is not joke. For the Taiwan, the difference between the Poland and Holland is not really to understanding.
The whole Asia issue.
Location of the manufacturing in Holland, not in Poland. For the perspective of Asia people, this is the same place. And the challenge is, this is the information about possibility, about the chance, about the potential of the partners. This is the first of all. Second, of course, this is to build the trust. The trust, the business, without the trust, it's not possible with the Taiwanese colleagues. And in my opinion, to opportunity, this is the information, and this is the role of this company, for example, as the Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Industry, and more information about our possibility, about our competence of the both sides. On the other hand, Poland is one for the biggest hub also for the logistic, and also for the transfer the technology in another country, also in Europe. We have an example of possibility cooperation in the semiconductor in the factory in the Magdeburg. Okay, the factory is not located in Poland, and we hope the most important services coming from Poland as the part of our activity in the Industry 4.0. As mentioned, the find right people in Europe for support high-tech technology is not so easy. This is not only the problem of West Europe, this is also the problem of another country as the Czech Republic, another country as Bulgaria, and so on, so on. Poland have the chance to be our biggest partner, the biggest player on this market. And I hope the information about that explain our situation, our possibility is the biggest role, the biggest target for this organization as the Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Industry.
Mm. Right. We have few points, but however, my appetite for the discussion and for the future challenges is not fulfilled, and it is good because we have 4 more bridges to overcome in the future to start or finish, it depends on the perspective, successful projects and make them more and more and with the numbers. And we are coming to the summarization of the discussion, and Łukasz, you have the role to summarize, to say about the few words about the biggest challenges that we are facing, and maybe there is something from potential as well that you would like to underline at the end. We would like to inspire our participants. Today we are just pointing few general ideas to dig deeper in the future.
Pytanie jest takie, czy ma być to w 45 sekund jak dziennikarz newsowy, czy ma być to wykład na kolejne 45 minut.
45 second soundbite
No 45
for
minutes left.
a newscast or a
Let's try to
45-minute
summarize and
lecture.
move to the
No, we
most
don't have
exciting
45.
part of our meeting. I mean networking then.
Ja myślę, że mamy po pierwsze tak, historia Tajwanu powinna być historią inspirującą
Taiwanese
dla
history
Polski, bo
should actually
to jest
inspire us
kraj,
here in
który się
Poland.
tworzył, znalazł dla siebie
This
miejsce właśnie w
is a
obszarze nowych
country that
technologii.
has
Polska jest krajem, jak znamy
self-defined
historię,
itself
też po
and
bardzo
established a strong
trudnych
foothold
sytuacjach.
on the
Już
technology
nie chcę
market.
wracać do tematu,
With
ile
very
straciliśmy
difficult
ludności,
history,
do
I'm not
inteligencji
even
w czasie
going to discuss
konfliktów wojennych,
how many
ale,
people
mamy dzisiaj możliwość
intelligentsia in
budowania czegoś
particular
nowego. Jesteśmy w trakcie
lost
transformacji
in armed
energetycznej.
conflicts, but we
Polska
are now
wszystko
undergoing
wskazuje na
energy
to, że będzie
transformation,
największym
and
producentem
Poland
tej
is
zielonej
going
energii,
to
bynajmniej w tej
be
części
one of the
Europy,
biggest green
opartej na
energy
nowoczesnych
powerhouses,
technologiach
at
i
least
myślę,
in
że
this
tutaj
part of
wspólnie
Europe.
z
Green
Tajwanem
energy
możemy
based on
współpracować
state-of-the-art
w tym
technologies,
obszarze.
and I hope we'll be able to
Elektromobilność to
work with
kolejny
Taiwan
obszar
in that regard.
do
Electromobility is
współpracy.
yet another area
Ja
to
bym
work on
chciał,
together.
żebyśmy nawiązywali
And I'd
współpracę,
love for
to,
us
co tutaj się
to
też przewijało,
start
w
cooperation
obszarze tworzenia nowoczesnych technologii i współpracy tej akademickiej,
developing
naukowej,
new technologies in
bo dzisiaj to jest towar, który się
academia and
sprzedaje na rynku.
R&D
Fabrykę można
cooperation, because
postawić
this
wszędzie,
sells
przenieść ją.
on the
Natomiast
markets these days. You can
jeżeli
put
wspólnie
your
zbudujemy
manufacturing plant
technologię,
anywhere
będziemy
and then
mogli,
relocate it as you see fit.
tą
But
technologię
if we build
sprzedawać
technologies
dalej,
together,
to
technologies that
to,
we
co
will
będzie
be able
cementowało
to sell
naszą
on,
współpracę.
this
I
will
myślę, że dzisiaj
fixate
mamy
our
taki
cooperation.
pierwszy
And I
początek
believe
tych
today
rozmów,
marks
dyskusji,
the
budowania
very
tego
start of
mostu
these
opartego na
discussions
edukacji,
and building
współpracy.
bridges
Drugą kwestią,
based on
jaką
education and
potrzebujemy, to,
cooperation.
co tutaj było wspomniane,
The next
edukacja o
thing
tym,
that we
że
need
Polska to nie Holandia,
is education about
stolicą
Poland
Polski
being
jest
different
Praga,
from Poland or
i że
Prague
samo
not being the
niekoniecznie
Polish
oznacza, że
capital.
już jesteśmy w Polsce. Ale do tego jest potrzebna współpraca, myślę, na
Architectural
szczeblu
features characteristic for Poland,
studentów.
but
Mamy pewne
that's necessary on the
doświadczenia
level of
we wcześniejszej
educating
współpracy
students,
z Wietnamem, gdzie dzisiaj
university students. We
prezydent Hanoi
have
mówi w języku polskim. To jest fajny
experiences
temat do
in cooperating with
wykorzystania.
Vietnam. For
I
instance, the
zapraszajmy
president of Hanoi
przedstawicieli
speaks
Tajwanu
Polish.
do
That's a good
edukacji u nas, w szczególności, że
element
nasze
to build on.
uczelnie
Let's
przeżywają
invite
kryzys
representatives
studentów i to by
from
była
Taiwan
dobra
to
nisza
work with
do
us. The Polish universities
zagospodarowania. Także
some
mamy wiele miejsc
shortages of
otwartych, bo
students these days, so
Warszawa jest
these
fajnym
spots
miejscem
are
do
open.
edukacji, a
Warsaw is a
jeżeli
great
spojrzymy na
place to
mapę,
study in.
mamy
But if we
Szczecinie,
look at
Zieloną
Poland, we
Górę,
also have
Wrocław to
Szczecin,
tylko
Zielona
2,5
Góra, and
godziny
Wrocław.
drogi
It's
do
just
Berlina.
2.5 hours away from
Także
Berlin.
mamy bliżej do Europy.
So
Jesteśmy w Polsce, ale
close
bliżej
to
już
Europe,
Berlina,
indeed.
tak?
Still in Poland,
Także,
but closer to Berlin than to
patrzeć na tę
Warsaw. So
perspektywę.
it makes
Poza tym
sense
tam
to
nadal jest rynek pracy.
consider
bo
that
tutaj
perspective.
w
And the
kuluarach
job
były
markets
rozmowy, że
are
jest trudno pozyskać
there
pracowników,
too.
a tam
They are quite
nadal
open.
są
In Warsaw, it's still
pracownicy, którzy są
quite
poza
difficult
głównymi
these
ośrodkami
days to
aglomeracyjnymi.
hire talent
To jest
outside of the main
kolejny
centers.
obszar.
It's
Ja bym
somewhat
sobie życzył,
easier.
żebyśmy kolejne spotkanie
So I
zrobili
would love
właśnie
if
we
our
Wrocławiu, w
next
Zielonej
session could be
Górze
held in
i tam
Wrocław or
pokazali
Zielona
piękno
Góra,
tego miejsca i
so that we could
perspektywę
showcase the
biznesową,
beauty of
jaka
the
jest.
region
A
and
jest
the business
dobry
perspective
prognostyk ku
there.
temu. Minister transportu zapowiedział,
It's
że pociąg
also
do Zielonej Góry i Szczecina będzie jechał prawie o godzinę szybciej.
Quite
Także wiecie państwo,
lucky in
zamiast
that
6
regard
godzin
that
prawie
trains
5
to
jest to
Zielona
postęp.
Góra and
I
Szczecin
tej
are
wersji się
going to
trzymajmy,
go
może niebawem
1
po
hour
300
faster
i będzie
pretty
też fajnie.
soon.
Ale tak wracając na serio.
But now, on a more
Edukacja,
serious note,
promocja
education,
kraju, współpraca
promotion,
pomiędzy studentami, bo to, co jest dzisiaj, to jest
university
dzisiaj,
level
ale
cooperation,
z perspektywy
student
10
level
lat widzę, jak te
cooperation,
relacje
because today
pomiędzy
is today,
studentami
but in 10
przekładają się
years,
na
these
życie
student
prywatne,
relationships
na
then
biznes. Każdy z nas to
convert
może
into both
powiedzieć.
private links
I
and
tej
business
wersji bym się
links.
trzymał i podsumowując
So let's stick to
po raz
that.
kolejny dziękuję za to pierwsze spotkanie tutaj.
Summarizing once again, thank you so much for this first session, but let's structure the next one somewhere more Western,
of course,
in
yeah.
One
Taiwan.
remark about possibility doing business in Poland. I have the friends also for the international company located in Poland, and their opinion of that is very interesting. This is their powers for the colleagues from Taiwan. Poland in one for the safety place in Europe. Not only safety place for the doing business, also safety place for the Taiwanese personnel, for the people located in Poland in Europe. In Warsaw, is this possibility to going across a city at 2 a.m. in the night. This is not so easy in another part of Europe. Poland is welcome also all people from Asia. No racism, no strange situation. And this is also one for the factor to locate the business in our country. Poland is the future of the Europe. Please make that.
Bright statement. Poland is the future of the Europe. Bartek, last words will come from you. Why? Because you are well known from your visionaries, and you will be the one that definitely will point some challenges for the future, or to sum up, at least for the stage part. And then we're gonna meet in a minute in the second room for networking chat.
So thank you one more time for this first event, and I think that it was a very fruitful and interesting discussion for both Taiwanese and Polish side. I have to tell you one thing, that I don't know why, but since starting being in Taiwan, I really have a confidence that our countries should really focus and should really pay a lot of attention on our together's cooperation. I believe that from mindset point of view, we are really similar to each other. Exactly, Tomek, from the safety point of view is exactly the same. We just had a week ago, I just came back from Taiwan last Thursday, and we had a discussion a week ago that in Taiwan I feel safe, and Taiwanese people for sure, and not only Taiwanese people, generally people in Poland feel safe. Which also brings the nice values to do the business. And between us, I agree with Łukasz that we have to take really care about education of our younger generations, about each other, about our countries. We have a good grown universities. I'm sure that together with Taiwanese universities, we can also organize alliances for the students exchange, and I hope Chamber of Commerce will also have this idea for next future steps. And I think that I would like to wish to Taiwanese and Polish companies not only to set up the trade partnership, because that is also important, and I would say that's the easiest thing which we can start over. But I would really wish our companies, our entrepreneurs to make joint ventures, to create technology together, like Łukasz said. It's very important. Factories can be anywhere in the world, but if we together will create technology or technologies, we would be much, we will both as countries, as business, represent completely different values. And also with the Polish being in European Union, incentives out of European Union funds, special economic zones, etc. I guess that it's another thing which we did not mention, but it's very important to pay attention on this and to have a chance to take part in the funding from European Union of different investments in Poland. So I wish and I hope that all is going to the good directions, and I'm really sure that the bridge will be really stable between our countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Łukasz. But one sentence, because we have a voice from our audience, and important because.
Ja później.
Okay, later. Okay.
I don't know if you have time after. Andrzej Szumowski, I represent Polish Chamber of Commerce, the Director of Foreign Relations Department and the Vice Chairman of the Board of Polish Chamber of Commerce. The whole life I spent was the promotion. And thanks to my white hair, I want to tell you that in 1993, I was probably the only one from this room being able to meet the first ambassador of Taiwan to Poland, Dr. Augustin Wu, whom I met. But I want to pay the tribute to those who had a bright idea to establish the Polish-Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. because it is always the first spark of the idea, and you did it. So congratulations. Second, listening the discussion, the idea came to my mind that all of us, we should put all hands on the board to educate, to inform, to promote, and to establish bridges, even they are virtual bridges. Business is the first, because if we create the business, if we pay taxes, we have money for the culture, for the art, because a part of advanced technologies, a part of food, because we need to drink and eat. We need also to understand each other by the other languages, which is art and culture. And there is not a distance. It's only today is 20 hours, but when with the direct flight, probably will be a little bit shorter. But again, we are mentally, and this is what I have heard, mentally already close to our friends from Taiwan. And Polish Chamber of Commerce will organize at the same time with PAIH the mission to Taipei, already invited. But I want to also pay the tribute to the man who is not with us, and Professor Czochalski, Jan Czochalski, without whom the semiconductors wouldn't exist. So we will come back with semiconductors to the house of the father 100 years ago. And please remember, Poland is not Holland, Polska like Taiwan, and this is the geographical center of Europe. Geographical center of Europe is 100 kilometers from here. So welcome to Poland. Let's establish good business. Let's eat, let's drink, and let's talk about culture and our friendship. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We are ending up with few goals, I think. We have shared the first impressions. We have faced and pointed challenges. We have also highlighted potential and advantages. And we have now two, the most well-educated Taiwanese people about Poland in the world, which are Michael Chu and Richard Wang. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today and for sharing your perspective. I can assure you that it is first, but definitely not last time that we're gonna meet. And hopefully to see you in Taiwan as well. And once again, thank you for your initiatives, not only those strictly connected with businesses, but like those with Chamber. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Richard, for joining us today. And thank you. My dear speakers, Bartłomiej Dobosz, Tomasz Hajduk i Łukasz Szelong. I know, Łukasz, that you have last word.
Ja chciałem tylko powiedzieć jedną rzecz, że ta współpraca...
I would like to add something. This cooperation is underway. The president of the Polish Chamber of Commerce was going to be here with us, but he is in the middle of preparing documents for his daughter who is going to visit Taiwan. So it's everything is underway. We are in the middle of this process.
I just wanted to add one thing at the end. Sorry for that.
We will not finish. But that's okay.
I just want to underline that our chamber, Chamber of Commerce, PAIH, TAITRA, and of course our bureau and Mr. Ambassador Kozaczewski, we should all work together as one team. And actually support each other in any kind of activity which we are taking part in. We should be informing ourselves about different exhibitions, about different possibilities to get closer together and let this bridge be not only between Poland and Taiwan itself, but also between all our organizations which support and must support the business relations, politics, and and education as well. Yes.
Thank you. So now I would like to move us for the coffee because some of us definitely need it. But of course, yeah, if the discussion makes people in the room active, that makes the discussion. So I'm glad.
I wanted to say one thing because, as I said, 20 years ago, we started the cooperation with the Taiwanese friends. As you mentioned, it is important. I can share with you some story, how the relations, it will be short story, relation looks. We visit our friends, our partners in Taiwanese every year. And during, let's say, some last trips, after, let's say, very tough discussion in the factories, we went to the dinner, and when we back from the dinner to the hotel, the owners of the factory asked us, "Guys, I will invite you to my home. I will show you how I live, how the, let's say, my family looks." So I wanted to say how the relations looks, and because it surprised me, I never met something like this in the Europe. I am operating in other partners since 15 years, and it was first time when this situation happens met me.
I can confirm only that Taiwanese people are the most, the best hosts that I have ever experienced as well. And it is not, I know, only my experience. And I could see one more voice, but it disappeared. I mean, Wojtek Konecki was this person, but he disappeared. Okay, so that's the chance for me to finish this part and move us for the coffee and some snacks. Again, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Richard, for joining us today. Next times we meet in Poland in person. Once again.
Yes.
Bartłomiej Dobosz, Tomasz Hajduk, Łukasz Szeląg, Agnieszka Sygitowicz. Thank you for today, and for online participants, we are starting networking session. If you like to join, you can also do it online, and I'm going to join you in a few minutes in the room online, being at the same time in the room in person. Thank you for today. First bridge has been crossed.